a big development in the United States. The Supreme Court has struck down affirmative action in college admissions, declaring race or ethnicity cannot be a factor and forcing institutions of higher education to look for new ways to achieve diverse student bodies. The court's conservative majority overturned admission plans at Harvard and the University of North Carolina, the nation's oldest private and public colleges, respectively. Chief Justice John Roberts said that for too long, universities have concluded wrongly that the touchstone of an individual's identity is not challenges bested or skills built or lessons learned, but the color of their skin. Our constitutional history does not tolerate that choice. Former President Donald Trump, the current GOP presidential frontrunner, wrote on his social media network that the decision marked a great day for America. People with extraordinary ability and everything else necessary for success, including future greatness for our country, are finally being rewarded. Former President Barack Obama said in a statement that affirmative action allowed generations of students like Michelle and me to prove we belonged. Now it's up to all of us to give young people the opportunities they deserve and help students everywhere benefit from new perspective. US President Joe Biden, however, has said he strongly disagrees with the court order.
But we cannot let the decision be a permanent setback for the country. We need to keep an open door of opportunities. We need to remember that diversity is our strength. We have to find a way forward. We need to remember that the promise of America is big enough for everyone to succeed. You know, that's the work of my administration. And I'm always going to fight for that. And I want to thank you all.
And I'm being joined by Steve Herman, the Voice of America Chief National Correspondent. Thank you very much, Steve, for joining us. My first question to you, before even I get into the diverse reactions that have come in from the politicians, but primarily, how far-reaching are the consequences of this Supreme Court judgment?
This may turn out to be one of the court's most consequential decisions in decades. It's definitely going to be right up there for certain, because it is literally going to change the face of American universities. And as you know, this has been a very contentious issue for decades, but time after time, the Supreme Court of the United States has really rebuffed efforts to weaken or eliminate affirmative action. And today, that has all changed.
In fact, Steve, this also would have a lot of repercussions or consequences, positively so, for even Indian American students who would be studying, so many of them in the United States.
Well, there were many Asian American students, especially, who fought against affirmative action, believing that these policies, especially at the most elite universities, kept their numbers down. So we don't really see necessarily a totally majority versus minority divide on this. It is a philosophical and it is a political divide. Democrats, including the president and former President Obama, as you said, are saying this is a terrible decision, while Republicans, including former President Donald Trump, House Speaker Kevin McCarthy, and the other Republican members of the Senate and the House are cheering this decision.
Right. Thank you very much, Steve, for joining us. A very, very important decision from the United States Supreme Court that, of course, is going to have consequences for students and from diverse nationalities across the world who are either studying or living in the United States or aspiring to do so.